Yeah. This week inside the New York Knicks, episode 15. I got to update this banner, but we are as episode 15, y'all. And look, guys, this is the last days of the off season. I'm going to upload this banner. Let me give me 2 seconds because we got to make sure everything is right. Listen, first off, salute to y'all if y'all was there on Saturday. Saturday was definitely lit. I gave a quick news update. As I update this banner, definitely a lot to talk about. Man, I mean, if you've been living under a rock, which I know you haven't if you have been watching my shows, but Karl-Anthony Towns has been traded to the Knicks. And the deal is not done. There's been a lot of updates and this, that, and the third. We'll get to all of it. Just make sure I get this overlay changed, right? All right. Yes, sir. Yes, we did good now. We got the overlay, man. You now rocking with the most poppin' Knicks YouTube channel on the net. I am the objective Knicks fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibe. Sorry for my tardiness. I had to restart my computer. A lot of craziness going on, but we should be good now. I want to give a big salute to Knicks will be champs 25-26 and big task at hand. Salute to you good brothers for being here early. A lot to talk about today, guys. A lot to talk about today. Let me take down this down and there. Okay, cool. So first off, I do want to let you guys know I got some announcements, right? Since we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing 2 hat giveaways, right? 2 Knick hat giveaways. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more later on in the stream. I want to give it away to, of course, to one of my subscribers. You guys helped me get there. I'm aware as more people get in the building to talk about how we could do that. So I definitely want to I'm going to have 2 giveaways. The second giveaway will be to everybody who's in my Discord server, who's already in there. I'm looking to make some changes to the channel. As you know, we got channel memberships now. So the Discord server will be available to my members going forward. Of course, the people who's already in the Discord server, they will have their own separate Knick hat giveaway. So the only way to get into the Discord server now will be to join the channel membership. I just wanted to give that quick little announcement. But salute to everybody in the building early. Once again, man, where do I begin, man? I mean, first off, I'm going to start it off like this, y'all. I have to give a big salute. Big salute to the New York Liberties. Salute to the New York Liberties, man. They're taking on the giant, the Vegas Aces. They won the last 2 championships, right? And they've been a thorn in the Liberties side, right? They beat the Liberty last year in the finals. So this was a big, important series. I watched the game. It was crazy. You know, they dominated the game, but then Vegas was trying to pull a comeback. It was scary, but these girls from New York did their thing. Let me tell you something. Sabrina Ionescu, y'all. She's looking like the female Steph Curry. So I got to give the New York Liberty, the best team in New York City, a salute. Definitely got to give a RIP, right? Got to give a RIP to Dikembe Mutombo. I'll jump into research right quick. He passed away. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Definitely my condolences to his entire family. You know, this was sad. Oh, I'm not logged in. But I'm not going to read the article. But if you want to check out this article, you can if you subscribe to the Daily News. I should be signed in. I don't know why I'm not, but it's fine. I just wanted to give him a tribute. He was known for his finger waving, you know, and this was some sad news. Sad news today. And he died from brain cancer, I believe. So, you know, RIP to him and his family, you know. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Just have to shine some light on Dikembe. He definitely deserves all the praise, and he will be missed. So salute to Dikembe's family, and give my condolences to them. Before I get into the Chuma and all of that stuff, hold on. Nope, before I get to that, I thought I had the article here. I guess I don't. But I had an article talking about, here we go. Yes, here it goes. I also want to give a salute to Derrick Rose. He retired. Once a Knick, always a Knick. You know how we always show ex-Knicks love. You know, he announced his retirement last week, Thursday. He gave a statement. And actually, I thought that he was waived. When I first heard the report, I thought that he was waived, but it turned out he asked to be let go, and he just wanted to spend time with his kids. So I want to give a big time salute to Derrick Rose for retiring. and doing his thing. Now, look, guys, definitely once a Knick. I see you, big task at hand. Once a Knick, always a Knick. We got to show love. You already know how we get down. We straight out of Kings County. You know, that vibe, even if you're not from Kings County, but you know how we give it up. We always show love. Now, I do want to move forward, right? Because I did a show on Saturday. Salute to everybody who was in the building on Saturday. Now, on Saturday, I gave a pretty, decent update. I'm going to say decent update as to what is going on with the trade, why it wasn't official. And by the way, it's still not official, right? And the Knicks, Leon Rose, first off, and Leon Rose we trust. Salute to Leon Rose. But there's some things with this deal that still remains an obstacle and a hurdle. Now, salute to all the people in the chat, by the way, that was talking about Daquan Jeffries, trading Daquan Jeffries to the Hornets, right? I want to show you guys something right quick, and I'm gonna veer off topic, right? I'm gonna go back to sport. You already know where our favorite website on this pod is Sports Track. I wanna show you something because, like I told you guys on the podcast, there are other ways to free up money, right? Now, if you remember, when you looked at the salary, right, and you can see where the mouse pointer is, this number was 188 million. I think it's like maybe just 188 million flat, around that number, right? And we knew that we were hard cap at this second apron, right here where my mouse pointer is, okay? So we always knew that. So what the Knicks did to free up approximately $3.5 million, because that's how much space, let me double check. Yeah, $3.5 million. You can see it right here. So you can see I'm not making up the number. What the Knicks had to do to free this money up was they had to waive. These brothers right here, Marcus Morris and Chuma Okeke, right? Now, a lot of us was looking forward to having Morris on the lineup. You could raise your hand if you wanted to have Morris in the lineup. I did. I thought that he could make the team. But because, like I told you on the show, this is why you guys have to subscribe. By the way, hit that subscribe button if you're listening and you're watching this show. Hit the like button and share the show. Let more Knicks fans know that this is the most popping Knicks YouTube channel on the net. And look, I told you guys that they were capped out, maxed out. So by doing this, by waiving these two guys, right, I'm going to show you something. Let me go back to the numbers right quick. That's how they were able to free up this money. Because what I didn't really realize, right, or I didn't consider, was that when you're signed to Exhibit 9 and Exhibit 10 deals, that salary counts towards the cap. Is this not the whole salary? Remember, Marcus Morris was $3.3 million, and the other brother, Chuma Okeke, was around $2 million, right? So part of that salary counted towards the cap. So when the Knicks waived those Exhibit 9 contracts, it instantly gave them this 3.5. Now, the Daquan Jeffries trade has not gone through yet, I don't think, because he's still right here, as you can see. Daquan Jeffries is still a Knick, right? So I just want to let you guys know I know what I'm talking about. Now, I said that there were other ways in terms of freeing up money and to keep Mitchell Robinson. And based off this media day today, we're going to keep Mitchell Robinson. By the way, I didn't even get into some of the topics we'll talk about. Now, I'm going to do that real quickly. We're going to talk about Karl-Anthony Towns, his impact. That's flagship topic. We're going to really get down to the bottom of some of the things that I considered that I took note of, right? We'll talk about Donte DiVincenzo and the rumors, right? We'll talk about, of course, the trade, which we're talking about now. We'll talk about Mitchell Robinson. He's kind of been all over the place. And we'll talk about Media Day. Media Day was definitely a huge letdown, right? And of course, like we always do, word on the street. But that's going to be towards the end of the pod. So definitely stick around. We're going to get to all of these topics for sure that's on the screen. And a couple of more things that's interesting. I'm going to move a little fast, but salute to everybody in the building. Definitely hit that like button as you make your way in. Let me see if anybody else. Salute to Shot Powers in the building. Cam from Kickback. Definitely salute. Salute, family. Salute. I'm going in. So look, all right, cool. So to bring it back to here, right? What would have been easier, right, to free up money? And I'm not telling Leon Rose how to do his job. Once again, Leon Rose and Leon Rose we trust. for me personally, if this was NBA 2K, I'm trading Mitchell Robinson, right? I'm going to move this $14 million salary and try to get another center, a younger center, and convince Towns, hey, you're going to have to play the 5, bro. You're not going to have to play the 5 always. We'll get you mixed out. Maybe we'll get another Nas Reed type big that could play the 5 too, and you guys can share the time. But Towns, you're going to have to play the 5, especially even if Mitchell Robinson stays. We know that he's hurt, right? So that was my thing with trading Mitch, right? It's only to free up money. It's not because I don't like Mitchell Robinson, y'all. It's because I knew the salary is too much. So look, I got this quote here. Let me see if I could put it on the screen. I know I got it written down. Okay, so you see this quote here? So this quote here was from, what's the brother name? Man, is it Bobby? No, I think this was from Bobby Marks, right? So Bobby Marks says, the Knicks are expected to twist themselves into an impressive pretzel, not to give up any more rotation players, and somehow get less than $200,000 below the second apron, which they're not permitted to breach, and pay multiple draft picks to grease it. Now, they do got a whole lot of second-round draft picks, but I want to say this. Going back to the salary cap real quickly, right? The Knicks have 12 players under contract. The two-ways, if you minus off these 3 two-ways that you can see right above my head, and the Exhibit 9, which is Landry Shamet, which, by the way, he has $2.6 million if he actually gets signed. But look, the Knicks technically have 12 players under contract, right? And they have $3.5 million to spend for 3 players. See that? So that's what they're saying. They're going to twist themselves into a pretzel to meet that quota. I'm gonna move on, but this is why I said I wanted to trade Mitch. Just for the record, right? Just for the record. But based off, like I said, what I seen in media day, they're not gonna do it. Let me move forward. I'm gonna talk more about the trade. But Julius Randle, he said goodbye. First off, salute to Julius Randle. I know a lot of you guys don't like Julius. I know that for a fact, but we got to give the man his props. Oh, by the way, salute the coach in the building. I just glanced at the chat. Salute the coach in the building, all the Discord family in the building. Like I said, if you want to be a part of the Discord server going forward, you're going to have to be a channel member, but salute the coach. Not only is he a mod, he's definitely in the Discord server. Big salute to you, coach. And yo, coach, I ain't going to lie. You might like this show today. To all the people who were wasn't fans of Randle, I'm not going to say Randle haters because we don't got haters over here. I'm going to say to all the people who were not too fond of Randle, I think you're going to like this show today because I'm going to try to be a little impartial, and I'm always objective, but I'm going to give Karl-Anthony Towns the light today. We're going to talk about his impact and a little bit later. But Julius Randle, he posted a farewell message, right? And honestly, y'all, I'm going to say this. Let me see if I get the quote right quick. He says, this is what Randle said before I get into my thought. Forever grateful for this experience. New York was amazing to our family. Oh, wait, this was by Kendra. Hold on. Is this Kendra's wife? Is this? No, hold on. He said, New York, thank you. That's what he wrote on Instagram. His wife, this is his wife quote. Okay, forever grateful for this experience. New York was amazing to our family. That's what she wrote. Their son, Kai grew up in the Garden. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't think that's how you pronounce it. We got here when he was 1.5 years old, and this year he'll be 8. So many embraced us and him. And honestly, listen, let me say this. Nice quote. You definitely read this article. I want to say this before I lose my train of thought. Julius Randle, this trade came out of nowhere. I'm going to let you guys know, and I'm going to tell you why it came out of nowhere. From some of the reports that I read, right, Julius Randle, they were trying to shop Randle, especially when August hit and he didn't sign that extension. Remember, I told y'all, let's wait for the extension before we jump into the trade rumors, right? So that was the case with Randle because he didn't sign the extension. And the Knicks, even before that, right? Even before that, possibly when he and when Towns and Tibbs squashed the beef, maybe ever since then that they opened up the door because according to CP from Knicks Fan TV, who, by the way, he was on the money. CP was on the money. Say what you want to say about CP. He called it to a T, and he said, hey, they were going to get Towns and they wanted to spread the floor, right? But he said that they always wanted Towns, And there's always been rumors every year for the past 6 years. How many of you guys remember? Even when we started this podcast, it was like Towns rumors. So once Tibbs, I felt like Tibbs and Towns squashed the beef, and also Tibbs was off the hot seat. That was a whole nother thing too. I think that's when they were looking to make this move, right? And I'm gonna get into the kicker later, but I think that Randle needs to get his props. When Randle comes to the Garden Yard, I think we should give him his props. We shouldn't boo him. I think he fought hard. This deal came out of nowhere, right? When they found out that Donte was, the player to get it done, and Minnesota felt like they could get him, that's what pulled the trigger. But I just wanted to give Randle his salute, his farewell salute. You got to remember, guys, without Randle, there might not have been a Brunson. And I say that because Randle was like the only player remember we were supposed to get, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Zion, right? That year, oh yeah, we're going to get all those guys. And they went to Brooklyn and completely failed. And I'm kind of glad they failed. Not that no hate and shade, but they the ops. I don't want to see the ops do well either. I ain't hating, but I don't want to see them do well either. So, Randle decided, hey, I'll come to New York. And then when he came to New York, he became an all-star. Not right away. It took him a couple of years, but he became an all-star. He became most improved player. He became an all-NBA player, right? And then shortly after that, he took the hometown discount that no one talks about or people really wasn't giving him the credit for. I'd rather say it like that. And then for him to be moved, especially the day after the Earl Monroe event, y'all, where they all was there. Leon Rose, Houston, everybody was there. I truly believe, yes, they were talking and trying to deal Randle, but I believe they probably didn't think a deal was done. And maybe Minnesota countered with Donte, and that's what got the deal done. So I just want to see his brother get his salute for sure. And Julius Randle, goodbye. You will be missed. I always felt like he was the most pure power forward in basketball. And hey, this is a part of the game, right? Now, Karl-Anthony Towns, he was at the Knicks practice facility today. They had a picture of him. He had on a Knicks hat. I was trying to get the picture. Hold on, let me see if I could get it right here by clicking this. I'm not sure if this is the actual picture, y'all. Let me see. But this guy, Modi, he's the one to promote it. Let me see. I can't even get the image up. Yeah, I can't even get the image up. But yeah, he had on a Knicks hat. He was going to the facility. So he's already in New York. Towns is from Jersey. So you already know he's tri-state area kid. So he's probably happy to be out of Minnesota too. Some of the limelight off the head. I'm going to talk more about the trade. I'm moving through topics pretty quick, y'all. Donte DiVincenzo, not the end of the world losing him. Let me see if I can get in for this article. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why I'm not logged in. This is really weird. Trying to log into this. If I can't get it, I'm just going to move past it and give him a comment. Donte DiVincenzo, losing him is not the end of the world. And I'm going to touch on that. For some reason, I don't know why I can't get into my thing. All right, so screw that. But Donte DiVincenzo, I do want to talk about Donte, right? When they did this trade, they traded from their strengths to address their weakness. Now, I have a theory, y'all. I believe that Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson is the reason why this trade went down. And I do believe that if Isaiah Hartenstein would have stayed, this deal might not have happened. The reason why I say that is, one, Minnesota was hell-bent on not trading. They didn't want to trade for Randle straight up. They always wanted Donte. Knicks didn't want to include Donte. Plus, if they would have had Hartenstein, more than likely Mitch would have been dealt, but they would have had a center there. The fact that you're going into the season and you don't have a center, because Mitchell Robinson, I saw a report saying there's no telling when he's going to come back. They're saying December, they're saying January, but hey, there's no telling, And then even during the press conference, Tibbs was kind of saying how, we're not in a rush to bring him back. So trading Donte DiVincenzo to me, makes all the sense in the world. And I kind of hinted towards it before where I was like, it'll be Deuce or Donte. It'll be Deuce or Donte. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat real quickly before I move forward. I'm moving a little fast. I know. There's a lot of topics. I will get to media day, y'all. Let me see. Towns is home. Salute. Yes, Towns is definitely home. I think Randle will eventually be moved on. You mean by Tojo? You saying about Minnesota? You think that Minnesota will move him? Yeah, I don't see Randle staying in Minnesota, y'all. What happened is, let me tell you what happened. Donte was the player they want. Donte is on a nice salary, right? Randle, they want to absorb that contract and probably just let him walk. Unless they want to, Randle has to do something drastic to get a bag. But remember, okay, all right, let's say he does something drastic to get a bag. They could move Gobert. I didn't even think about that. They could move Gobert, right? Well, I don't know who would take a salary, but I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, they could try to move off of Gobert, right? Hypothetically. But I don't see Randle being a Wolf after this season, especially if they don't win a championship, right? Especially, so they're trying to get out of the second apron. That's their goal. So, I've Coach, that's what you're saying. I think that, boom. Okay, so Coach says he thinks he came back to CAA for a good landing spot. Possibly, because you know it's CAA, the Mafia, right? Definitely CAA, the Mafia. Let me see anything else on this Donte before I move on to Mikal Bridges. Once again, I don't mean to toot my own horn, guys, but yo, this is why I tell you when I say I'm the most popular YouTube channel. I called this too. Now this article right here, I even got flack. Salute to my man Wacko in Brooklyn who's in the Discord. My man Wacko, yo, he was coming for me today because I posted. I said, "See, I told you so, right?" Then he tried to say, and salute to Wacko. He tried to say, "Oh, the clickbait continues because there was some rumors regarding Mitchell Robinson in terms of going to the Pelicans." Which honestly, I would have liked that deal to get the kid Trey Murphy. And then it was clickbait and whatever. That's where that whole clickbait stuff came from, right? So he was like, "Yo, it's clickbait." I said, "How's it clickbait?" I said, and I explained why. I said, if I was Mikal Bridges' homie, right? Because of this rule right here, the what's it called? Let me see if they got it right here. There's a rule when you sign with a team. It's called the hold on, they don't got it right here. The 6-month rule. Let me see. Just say it right here. It's a 6-month rule when you get traded, right? So he could only sign a 2-year deal for around $61 million. Is it called the 6 million? I don't see the name of it. Maybe I'm blind. It's saying the 6-month rule. Okay, let's run with the 6-month rule. Anyway, the 6-month rule after you get traded, right? You can only sign for a certain amount of money, right? But next year he could make way more money. So I said, yo, if I'm Mikal, I'm gonna wait till next year. Why would I re-sign now? It's not like he only has 1 year left on his deal. He has 2 years left, including this year. So it makes no sense for him to come back. And a lot of people was like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." I even did a poll, which I will get to on Word on the Street, and we'll talk more about that. But I told you guys, Mikal is not signing this offseason. I wouldn't recommend it, and it just doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm gonna move forward, right? There was a 6-month rule. Let me see if it got it right here. Bridge extension, I think pretty soon. Bobby Marks, he does the window. Okay, no name yet. I'll get the name. All right, so Kristian Winfield, Knicks Slack championship caliber depth. So look now, guys, and you know what? Let me pull up a Knick depth chart while we talk about this right quick. So now we get the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, right? Some of you guys like it, some of you guys don't like it, right? Some of you, I mean, that's just what it is in life. Like sometimes I put out a video, a lot of you guys like it, some of you guys won't like it, right? Okay, cool. Can't satisfy everyone. But it's funny to me now, right, how, wow, look at the depth chart from ESPN. This is kind of interesting. They got Josh Hart at the power forward with Towns, OG, Bridges, and Brunson. That's kind of interesting. I don't like that lineup. I'm just letting you guys know off the rip. I don't like the Nova Boy lineup. I do want to talk about the Nova Boys too. Like, are we still going to go with that moniker after we see, like, hey, anybody can go, because I never thought a Noble Boy would go in the trade. But okay, so they're saying now we lack depth in our depth chart. Is it less than the Donte DiVincenzo Randle lineup? Okay, yes, because those are two extra guys. But you still have depth. I mean, you still got Campaign, right? You still got Tyler Kohler. I know he's a rookie, right? You still got Precious Achua. You still got Jericho Sims that can give you time at the 5. They still have $3.5 million, right? Which they can possibly get somebody. I don't know who. A trade could be made for Mitchell Robinson, possibly. Still, I doubt it. But that's still an option, right? And also you have, like I said, you have Sims. You got the two-way guys. You got Kevin McCullough Jr., Ariel. So I don't know, guys. What is it like? We make the trade that everybody said we should make. Now, a lot of experts do say that, we won the trade, and the Knicks now can contest Boston. A lot of people said that. A lot of people reported on that, especially from ESPN, right? Now, hopefully, those old media guys give us the respect we deserve. That remains to be seen. The season just is getting started. Trust me, we will be talking about it every week on this podcast. Well, I want to know, and this is definitely going to be a poll. Do you think now, after we did pretty much a 2-for-1, which is really Randle and Donte, and then you could even add Marcus Morris, because I thought Marcus Morris, after the Randle trade, possibly could have got time in the rotation. Maybe not a consistent guy, but with Mitch being out and you trying to find different rotations and lineups, I think that maybe you add Mook to that and say, hey, it's kind of a 3-for-1. Because they didn't get, right now, the way the deal is constructed, they didn't get anybody else. So I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you think that we lack championship depth? I'm going to say that it depends on what we do. I mean, we still got 3 roster spots. I think we have to have at least 13 or 14 active roster guys. There is an NBA rule with the minimum amount you can have. I'm not sure because I know before I thought it was like 13, but that was before the 2-ways. So I'm at 100% on the minimum guys you can have. But in Leon Rose we trust, they're going to do something crafty to fill out this roster. Trust me. And even if they don't trade Mitchell Robinson, I just thought it would be easier to do it that way. But hey, in Leon Rose we trust. Let me see. Maxine, question: do you think we salute to Maxine, by the way? Mine's in the building. Do you think we lack championship depth? Okay. Oh, she's just asking you guys a question. Okay. Cat is better than Randle. Ooh, that might be a poll too. Hold on, let me write that down. Cat Randle. I'm gonna ask it now. Now that Cat is a Knick, because I think I asked this before, but now that Cat is a Knick, I wanna know what you guys think. Let me see. Anything else before I move forward? Intelligence over my emotion is a great trade. Salute to Jam and Jet. That's what this channel is about. Salute to Jam and Jet. That is exactly what I do on this channel. Was I down on Towns, pre the trade, before the trade happened? Yes, I was. I was not feeling Karl-Anthony Towns. You guys seen it. I got videos. I got people commenting on my old videos like, this didn't age well. I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, it is what it is. I'm the objective Knicks fan. I'm not the objective Randle fan. I'm not the objective Brunson fan. You come here, I'm going to give it to you straight. This is Knick talk. It's not player talk. Of course, once a Knick, always a Knick. We show love. And also, I support every Knick player. I'm not a part of no Randle, Hive, Donte, Hart. I rock with everybody. You know why? Because everybody has to do well for us to win. So I am curious to know, guys, what do you guys think about that? Sporting Page, salute to Sporting Page in the building. Definitely, if you guys just tuned in, we gave a nice RIP to Dikembe Mutombo, and we gave blessings and praise to his family and hope prayers and all those things, and we hope that they can see comfort during this dark time, losing their pillar in their family. Let me see what else is going on. Oh, salute to Saponi. By the way, guys, I'm doing a hat giveaway tonight. I'm going to wait a little bit, so hold on to that. I'm doing 2 hat giveaways, one for my Discord right? I'm going to do that in the Discord server. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to raffle it. But to my guys in the Discord server who's been there for months, you will get a contest. I got a contest for you. And I'm also doing, because we reached 1,000 subscriber mark, salute to everybody that subscribed. I will be doing it tonight on this live. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to get to that, working my way through all these topics. Let me see. There was another comment. Oh, by the way, salute to Saponi. Yeah. 8 to 9 that are healthy at the time. Okay. Exactly. Saponi. I'm with you, Saponi. I'm with you. Let me see. Okay. Let's go. Smash those like. But okay, cool. Let me move forward, y'all. I'm gonna move a little fast. We talked about the depth chart a little bit. This is the battles. I think it's too premature to talk about battles right now because we don't know who the last 3 players are going to be. But we'll get to that. We'll save this for another episode. Let's see. Now here's a topic. Here's an interesting topic. Julius Randle had made no progress on contract talks before trade. Now, I kind of highlighted this earlier. When they didn't sign the extension, and then there was like no mention of it, I felt something in my heart. Like, this is bad. This is very bad. I was like, because it could be a decision like, yo, we'll wait till March. We'll wait till later on or whenever the deadline is, if there is a deadline for him. I think there is a deadline to sign contract extensions during the season, right? No talks of that. No talks of like, even with Bridges, right? They said, we're going to talk about this next offseason. None of that. There was no discussion of a deal until this article came out. Brian Windhorst, ESPN, reported that Randle and the Knicks had made no progress on a potential contract extension, and that Randle wasn't sure where he fit into the team's new core. I don't know if I believe that second statement because we talked about Randle's fit, and we always went back to 12-2 because you can't write it out of history. You can't write 12-2 out of history. It happened. We saw how good it looked, and we'll never get to see it, right? We'll never get to see it. It is what it is. So his fit, I kind of don't like when they do that. I really don't like when they put that in there. I feel like that's kind of like sauce a little bit. No offense to Brian Windhorst. Not saying he didn't hear that from nobody, but at the same time, I just don't like the fit talk because we've seen the fit. Especially as Knicks fans, because we watch all the games. Meanwhile, there had been no progress on contract extension talks over the summer with Randle, who was likely headed toward free agency in 2025. So, once again, and I said this before too, you don't want to lose a guy. You can't just allow free agency to come. There's no talks. There's no, oh yeah, we're going to get to it later and hope a guy resigns with you because Brooklyn Nets got money. Brooklyn Nets got the bag. I had a report like a month or two ago saying that the Brooklyn Nets is the greatest threat to the Knicks in terms of keeping Randle into the offseason because they're going to have all the money in the world and they're trying to tank so they could get the brother from Duke, Cooper Flag. So at the end of the day, this was a bad situation and I felt it in my heart. So seeing that the report actually come out is kind of crazy, right? Now, Randle, an all-star each of the past 2 seasons, has seen the franchise totally change around him over the past 9 months. He wasn't sure exactly where he fit in. Where did Randle say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they got quotes everywhere else, but that's not a quote. So he wasn't sure exactly where he fit with the team built around Jalen Brunson and former Villanova teammate. I do want to talk about that Brunson fit later when we get into Towns, because one of the things that Randle brought to the team was another guy that could get his own shot. Is Towns that guy? We're going to find out. Let's see. So where was I at? Okay. Now, Randle knew he would likely be playing a ton of rugged minutes out of position at center and what was shaping to be a contract year. Ooh. So are they trying to say that he was going to be sabotaged? You put him at the 5 so his numbers don't look as good. That diminishes his value. I don't know about that. But because he's a part of the CAA mafia. But I'm curious to see what happens with Randle next year. Of course, he won't be with the Knicks. He's up out of there. Salute to him. We love what he brought to the table, but we have to move on. But it's interesting that they didn't have any contract talks. Now this next topic, definitely, I know no one in Knicks Nation is questioning Leon Rose, right? Does Knicks still deserve his trust after the Karl-Anthony Towns stunner? To be honest, when you think about it, Karl-Anthony Towns trade wasn't a shocker. I think that what shocked us was it actually going down, right? It actually going, but when I say it wasn't a shocker, meaning that it kind of didn't come out of nowhere. Like, we've been hearing Karl-Anthony Towns talks for years. Like, every year, for like the last 5 years, you've been hearing, oh, Knicks want Karl-Anthony Towns. Knicks want Karl-Anthony Towns. Last year, if you've been following this pod, we had shows titled talking about Karl-Anthony Towns. So this technically is not a surprise. Though it is a surprise, it's not really a surprise. This was like, the writing was on the wall. And CP said it. Hey, they really like Karl-Anthony Towns. They really enjoy him. They really want him. He said it. And they made the deal. But we don't really challenge Leon Rose trust, right? We think that Leon Rose is doing the best job. Salute to Leon Rose and the Mafia. You already know, CAA Mafia. We already know what it's about. They get the job done. I got a guy who kind of trolls me every day on my polls. His name is Humberto. Anytime I do a poll, salute to Humberto, right? Anytime I do a poll where it's like asking the fans about moves that's being made, he takes it like, oh, we insulting Leon Rose. And he'll say something like Leon Rose gets who he wants. And I agree. Leon Rose is going, if Leon Rose wants you, you're going to see him somewhere with the phone to his face like this. And he's on the phone saying, look, I need to do this, this, and this, and we're going to move it like this, this, and this, and we're going to get it done. That's just what it is. So, yeah, we don't need Mike. Salute to Mike Vaccaro, but we don't need you to tell us about Leon Rose. Salute to Leon Rose. We don't need him to tell us, he still deserves our trust. We know what Leon Rose is going to do. I just thought that this was kind of funny. Let me see what you guys talking about before I move on. OG only played for 30 games with NY and got the bag. Randle was here for 5 seasons, took a pay cut, and felt a certain type of way about not getting the OG money. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Knicks will be champs. That's a bar right there. Let me say this. I felt like Jalen Brunson felt that way. How many of you guys watch Roommates Podcast every episode? Every episode of Roommates Podcast, right? To catch what I'm saying, you have to watch every episode. Now, there was an episode, I can't remember who was on there. I think it was just the 3 of them. It was Josh, Jalen, and Matt. I think it was just 3 of them. And they were talking, right? And then OG money came up. And Brunson made his face like they gave him to what? I'm about to sign, because of course at the time he didn't sign yet. I'm about to take this pay cut and they giving this guy who never made an All-NBA team this amount of money. I thought Brunson was going to feel that way. Clearly not, because Brunson took the lower money. But I even said it when talking about this moment. Julius Randle and everybody else that's up is looking at OG Anunoby. Not necessarily with hate in their heart, not with hate, but you got to think like, yo, OG came for a half a season. Was the plus minus incredible? Yes, that. The third, OG did his thing with any lineup. He was like, 26-6 or something like that? He had a really good record when he was out there. But at the same time, Julius Randle, there probably would be no OG Anunoby or none of these guys if it wasn't for Julius Randle laying the foundation. So I'm kind of with you that, you giving Towns all this money. About 70 million, 80 million for 3 years? I can't remember what the exact math is for these next 3 years. That's what they give in town. A lot of money. The most money in franchise history. You couldn't get paid Julius Randle? It's not like Towns is, and I was going to talk about this later, it's not like Towns is like 3 years younger than Julius. There's only a 1 year difference. So I don't get that. I'm with you with Knicks will be champs. Let me see. The Knicks should have let, salute to C. Nash, the Knicks would have let OG, Bridges, Donte, and Hart play before doing anything. Facts! I was going to get to that too. It's a shame. See, Nash, you on the money with that. It's a shame that we'll never get to see the four. Well, I'm gonna say this lineup. The lineup, we'll never get to see the the four Nova boys, right? But even the OG Randle Brunson lineup, I wanted to see more of that. Granted, I know Isaiah Hartenstein messed it up. Because, like I said earlier, I believe he and Mitchell Robinson are the reason why Randle was traded. Because the 5 spot was a glaring weakness. So Towns and Rojas and Brock Allen, the whole gang, all of them, worldwide, all of them was like, look, we got to fix this 5 spot. We've been wanting Towns for years. Let's go get him. Let's see what Minnesota's willing to do. Minnesota say, look, if you give us a Nova boy, the deal is done. Because that was my reply to CP when he initially said it, right? CP said, yeah, they want to do the trade. I said, okay, if they want to do the trade, then you're going to have to trade a Nova boy. I thought it would be Josh Hart because Josh Hart money matches up perfectly. Randle and Josh Hart's salary together pretty much equals Towns' salary. So that's what I initially said. Yo, it's going to have to be Hart, right? I didn't foresee Donte DiVincenzo and this whole let us squeeze ourselves into a pretzel to try to put together the team, the remaining pieces of the team. I didn't foresee, of course, you can't foresee everything, but at the same time, they're saying we have to fortify this weakness. But it's a shame that you didn't get to see the lineup, man. Sporting Page, he has a solid point. Let me see what Sporting Page said. The Knicks are making moves strictly to try to make the NBA Finals. That's a fact. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do, period. First of all, salute the Sporting Page. Let me tell you something. Y'all guys need to go follow Sporting Page. That guy, he really knows his stuff. He says something on the Gilbert Arenas show that I still think about to this day. He said on that podcast, those guys don't have a winning mentality. They never won. They don't know what it's like to win. So their mentality can't be a winner's mentality. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but that's what he said because we was doing the show talking about Gil when he was talking about the Knicks. So Sporting Page be on the money. He definitely be on the money. Let me see any more comments before I go. Knicks will be champs. Randle is a cautionary tale of when keeping it real goes wrong. Nobody ever is going to give you more than what you ask for at any job. Ooh, that's good. Get what you worth while you can. That's a fact because, see, Brunson is going to be okay unless Brunson regresses. If Brunson remains at an all-NBA level, he could get the $400 million contract during his 10th year of being a veteran. If not from the Knicks, he can go anywhere and get the $400 million. But I do think the Knicks would give him the $400 million, especially if they win a championship. But I agree. Everybody else gets your back. That's why OG, salute to OG. You got to like how OG moved because OG said, I don't care if I have to come off the bench. Not that he's going to come off the bench, but OG said, I need my money. And that was the issue with Toronto. That's why they traded him. They didn't want to give him that money. So salute to you guys in the comment. John Bryce doesn't agree. Please stop with the narrative that Randle got what he paid for and he was not worth what the team was going to give him. Ooh, okay. More front office. Wait, hold on. The front office would never compete with themselves. Okay. Got some conflicting views. I'm in the middle. I see it from both ways. As a player, you got to get the bag. As a team, because as we see this second apron, which I'm probably going to get more into in a second, it's very difficult to make moves. So let me move. I'm moving a little fast. Karl-Anthony Towns, when he got traded, of course, he reacted with the ellipsis right here. That's all he put. Completely shocked. Everyone was stunned because it's like, you know what this is like? This is like talking about, I'm gonna give you a perfect analogy, right? This is like asking out a girl for years. You've been asking this girl out for years. You grew up in the same neighborhood. You like her. She's not feeling you. But every year you're like, yo, baby, could I take you out? I'm going to show you a good time. And one day she goes, you can take me. That's what this trade was like. Okay. We was up to 3:00 in the morning on different Knicks channels talking about this trade. It was crazy. So yeah, everybody was stunned. That was Karl-Anthony Towns' reaction. But I do think he's happy to come back to the tri-state area. And he's going to get, let me tell you something. Towns, this is his opportunity to take his. We already seen that he can get to an All-NBA level. This is his turn to really take it up a notch even higher. It's going to be hard to get the MVP with Brunson, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up into that second All-NBA team range if he really reaches his potential as to what he can do in this city. Because the numbers could be what it is anywhere. You get these numbers in New York, you're going to be skyrocketed. That's the point that I always try to say, and that was my point with Hartenstein, but I'm not going to bring that back up when I said Hartenstein should have stayed in New York, even if he took a little bit of less money, because the light is always bigger. But I'm going to move on. Julius Randle says fans want him to be a Knick forever. So is that true? I don't know if fans wanted him to be a Knick forever, man. Let me see. People telling me how much they love me being a Knick, how much the team needs me, right? Telling me never to go anywhere, to be a Knick forever. Ooh. I don't know if that was all fans, because let me tell you right now, Julius Randle was a polarizing figure. He was a very polarizing. You had fans that liked him and fans that didn't like him. I sometimes would be on the, pro Randle bandwagon because I felt like the hate was just unjust. One of my caveats for trading Randle, and the Knicks did it, was you got to get an All-NBA All-Star in return. And we can't front like that's not what Towns was. Has he been All-NBA recently? No, but he has shown it in his career. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of mix and mix. You have people that love Randle, but I think there were a lot of Knicks fans that were kind of happy, even though most of us was just shocked, right? Don't allow the shock to be confused with anger or being upset. It was just like part of, I'm going to keep it real too. Part of the issues was Donte. Nobody wanted to lose Donte. Donte was the Nova boy. So it wasn't really Randle, it was really Donte, to be honest, to keep it fair. Let me see. And of course, his mom tweeted. We talked about his wife. They gave his well wishes. Some more things about the trade before I get into flagship. How are we on time? I'm going to get some more things. I'm going to jump right into flagship. I'm going to talk about Karl-Anthony Towns being and his impact next. That's going to be next, right? After I get through this whole couple of issues or things with the trade that's kind of interesting, right? So Donte DiVincenzo, he had to be a part of the package, right? We all know that by now. That's all this is saying, that Minnesota, basically what I highlighted earlier, Minnesota wanted Donte in order to get the deal done. I'm going to move faster. Now, this right here, right? This was from last year around this time. Well, a little after this time last year, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, Tom Thibodeau squashed the beef. This is what I was talking about earlier. I believe ever since this date right here, coupled with Tom Thibodeau not being on the hot seat. Because I think that when Thibodeau was on the hot seat, I think they were always trying to get Karl-Anthony Towns. I believe it in my heart. Because every year you've seen the articles go up. And then, you know what they say, when there's smoke, there's fire. So it all wasn't cap, right? It all wasn't cap. It couldn't have been. It's just every year they was talking about him. So it's kind of ironic that, not ironic because, I'm going to say ironic that a year later, Towns is on the team, right? And, just to go down memory lane, two grown men got together, they had a conversation. And how do you know, guys, when they had this conversation, they didn't say, yo, maybe, hey, Minnesota thing not working out. We got the team, y'all. We got the staff that could get the deal done. Do you want to come to New York? Let's keep that between us. I'm going to go to Leon Rose and say, yo, I spoke to Towns. Towns said he want to come to New York. Thus the even more fuel behind the rumors, right? So, yeah, let me move fast. So, yeah, they squashed the beef. By the way, this is a good article to read if you just want to reference it in the post talking about the beef was squashed. We actually talked about this last year, too. That actually might have been a flagship topic, too. But anyway, let me see. Donte was a sticking point again. Move forward. Let's see. Julius Randle. Now, here's another thing, too, right? Julius Randle, he spent the summer rehabilitating from the shoulder injury, right? He and the Knicks had not made progress on the contract. That. How many of you guys saw the Julius Randle series, Sketcher series? I felt like Julius Randle was 2 years late. He should have did that Sketcher series 2 years ago. The fans would have loved them even more. If you didn't see it yet, I think it's just 2 episodes up. Go watch it. You know, Randle kind of humanized Randle so you could see what he was going through, when he was coming back, how he relates to his family, how he helps his son do, you know, because his son plays basketball, training his son and things of that nature. Go watch that series. I feel like maybe if the PR was a little better with Randle, he might still be here. But I really do think it was nothing Randle could do. It really was the center problem. Because the Knicks felt like, I always believed the Knicks felt like they had a problem at center. Thus, all off season, you've seen these Valanciunas trade, this trade. Most of the trade rumors you've seen were for centers. And like I say, when there's smoke, there's fire. There's an art to like looking at this stuff and really dissecting it, so that way you can make better predictions. That's all I do. I look at things from, you know, a logical perspective and say, why is that box there? And then that's how we get to this point here. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. And even the school, Earl Monroe School, they all were there, and then the next day or two, you're gone. That's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know, man. let me see what else I want to talk about with the trade. Let's see. So, okay, another little fact about the trade you may know, you may not know. In Towns, the Knicks acquired the player they pursued for years. They contacted the Timberwolves about Towns a couple of years ago, like we said, every year, last year, and the year after that. See? Their eyes have wandered since the team president, Leon Rose, took over into 2020. After leaving Basketball Division CAA, the agency that represents Towns. See that? So that's why they say it's the mafia. It's either you're in or you're in. If you're not, you're not, right? Now, they've been talking about Towns even before Leon Rose. Even before Leon Rose, they were talking about Towns. Towns go back to damn near when he was a rookie. They've been talking about Towns a lot. You know, so it's no shocker that they got the deal done. Let me keep moving. Here's my problem with the trade, y'all. Here's my problem with the trade, right? The trade happened. Am I mad that it happened? No, I'm not. The trade happened. I live with it. I deal with what's in front of me. But this is my one glaring issue. My one major problem, right? Knicks Karl-Anthony Towns had tepid trade market due to $24 million contract. All that tepid word is a fancy way of saying nobody was really trying to trade for Karl-Anthony Towns' contract. Why is that? What is the league seeing that maybe we're not seeing? This is part of my antennas going up. Like, wait a minute, y'all. What's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why doesn't anyone value that $224 million contract? And I said 180. They're talking about 224. So, because there's probably 180 left. I get it. That's why I said that. Anyway, look. Towns' availability and contract was the reasons why he appeared in just a total of 91 games over the past 2 seasons. So his availability and the contract is the reason why. 91 games in the past 2 seasons, that's a little scary. He's also set to carry a cap hit of $49.2 million for this year, as we know. If Cat were to get injured again, or the Timberwolves took a step back competitively, it might have been difficult to move him. So do we inherit that problem? So if the Knicks don't get to the conference finals at least, because I think if the Knicks get to the conference finals, you could PR that. Oh, we're going to come back next year. We need another year. Easy. But if the Knicks get bumped in the first round, or if Towns get hurt, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Because now you don't really have anyone to replace you got Precious Achua, but it kind of puts you in a situation like you were in last year, kind of, a little bit. But OG Anunoby weighs in a lot on this too, because OG Anunoby, we've seen how effective the Knicks are when he's in the lineup it don't even matter who else is in the lineup. You've seen how effective OG was. So that's my only concern, y'all. This is one of my few concerns that no one wanted Towns. No one wanted Towns. So hold on, let me see how many more articles I got. Any more trade tidbits I want to get into? Just talked about that. Let me see. Okay, cool. And Josh Hart almost started a riot. Are we serious? Josh Hart tweeted this. This is how dangerous social media is. Josh Hart tweeted, "Oh, are we serious?" And everybody thought he was talking about Karl-Anthony Towns. He was talking about soccer. If you don't watch Josh Hart's page, when Chelsea's playing, he goes in. He goes crazy. So if you're not familiar with that, you would have thought he was talking about Towns. I never thought that, but it's crazy enough for the Post to write an article on this. Right? That's all I got to say about that. Now, let me see what else before I move forward. I got a quote here saying how Towns wanted to be with the Knicks when he came into the league as a rookie, right? During the draft lottery. He was hoping that they were able to get the number 1 pick, but they didn't. So Towns, he's a New York product from the area, from the tri-state, I should say, rather. So definitely he's happy to be a Knick. Yeah, we talked about the trade not being on track. Just want to make sure I got everything out before I move forward. Of course, Villanova, we kind of feel some type of way with the Villanova Knicks and Donte. I got a question. Are the Knicks Nova Knicks over? Are the Knicks Nova Knicks over? Let me see. Sporting Page says Cat leaves a lot to be desired, but a 7-foot first overall pick and his physical prime will provide spacing. Love Randle, but he isn't Charles Barkley. Good point. Spacing will be better. By the way, salute to Sam in the building. Discord people in the building. Let's see. Blame Mitch. Yes, I'm with you. Jay Kuzer. Wait, hold on. Check this out. Cat will bring his dad, who was a coach. Oh my God. That's tampering. Yo, let me tell you something, Jay. We got the bag. We did it before. Why not? You already got a player and his father on the team. Why not? Why not? And this is in Leon Rose we trust. To quote Humberto, whoever Leon wants, he gets. Salute to Humberto for always putting that in my chat. Because Cat is a 7'2" guard. Okay. Salute to Deshaun. Nobody got money to take him. Okay. Well, I don't want to make this a negative show because it's not. I'm very positive. I think that things are going to be pretty good for us going forward. So don't get it twisted. My only concern was that article I put up there. This Towns show, because it's kind of like a town show, will get better. Anthony Edwards says he's gonna miss him. That's his brother, and that's all he could say at the Wolves Media Day. I was kind of, by the way, when we get to Media Day, I was kind of bummed out about Media Day. My take on Media Day is now going to be a lot. It just was so political, and you couldn't talk about Towns. So it's like, what are we even having this conversation for? It's like the real questions you want to ask, you can't even get the answers to. Oh, but you know what? I will do this before I get the flagship. Let me knock this out the park. If I didn't do it earlier, if I did, sorry for the repeat, but Donte DiVincenzo wasn't disgruntled before, the trade, right? That was cap. Remember that rumor that came out saying he wasn't? That was cap. And I always said, and this is what I told y'all on Saturday when I brought this up. I said, yo, we got to wait because in my opinion, they all had a good relationship, and that was his homie. So I felt like them being the Nova boys. And by the way, at the Media Day, someone said that they would be able to work it out. Was it Hart or Brunson? One of them said that they would have been able to work it out had they, if it was an issue. I can't remember if it was Hart or Bridges or one of them. I think Bridges said it. Bridges said that if there was an issue, right, they would have worked it out. Because they asked Bridges, what do you think about the competition between him and Donte that would have, existed? So he said there wouldn't have been no competition. They would have worked it out. That's his brother. They boys, right? There was a lot of speculation that he wasn't happy, but yeah. And this was the actual. Oh, I X'd it out. So actually Bleacher Report before, and I told you guys about Bleacher Report because they have so many writers, they conflict each other. I got it here? Yeah, no, I don't got it there. But anyway, so let me I'm gonna jump in a flagship because I know a lot of you guys are waiting. I want to talk about Towns a little bit. I want to talk about Towns. Hold on, make sure I got the article. New York Post. Pow, okay. All right, so I'm just going to put this on the screen just to have here so we can look at the brother right here, Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, look, I kind of hinted earlier that he's 29 years old. So he's not old, but he's not young. He's right in the midst of what his prime can be. I do want to pull up the basketball reference. And I'm going to ask you guys, because I will be interacting with the chat a little bit more on this topic. What do you guys think about Towns? Do you guys really think that Towns, here's the question of the day. Is Towns the missing piece, or is Towns the final piece to bring us to the championship? Do you believe that in your heart, mind, body, and soul? Do you believe that in your heart, mind, body, and soul? I'm gonna answer the question. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if he's that guy, and I'm gonna tell you why. But we're gonna put his numbers on the screen. This is his numbers just to have it here because I feel like we're gonna look at them. First off, I really was very high on this Knicks team before they traded for Karl-Anthony Towns. So let me start there. Does he make, because remember, we said the Knicks will win 60 games. How many more games does Towns help us win? If you believe that Randle and the rest of the four Nova boys, we were going to win 60 games, how many more games do you win with Towns? Let's say you win 58 games with Randle, and there's no way for us to know this. But let's say you would have won 58 games with Randle and Donte, right? You get Towns, you win 60 games. Is that really more? Like, is that, like, how, there's a point where you get so close to the ceiling, you can't elevate beyond that point. So I don't know if Towns is necessarily the reason why. I'm going to give you a perfect analogy, another example of exactly what I'm talking about. How many of you guys remember Mark Jackson with the Warriors? Do you remember Mark Jackson with the Warriors, how he took them up and he helped raise them up and helped Steph Curry become who he was? And what happened a year later? Mark Jackson was let go. He left, whatever the situation. I think he was let go. But when Steve Kerr came in, they won the championship. But Mark Jackson put that together. How do you know that Mark would have won the championship if Mark would have stayed? I mean, there's no way to know. So I'm kind of looking at the Towns thing. Like, if we have this team top 2 in the East with 55 to 60 wins, how does Towns make us better? If we felt like there was a chance for us to win the championship, how does he take us higher? So that's kind of my premise. That's my logic. That's my logic with Towns making us the final piece. There's no way for us to really know. The better question is, does he make us worse? Because you can't measure it still, but at the same time, you can base it off last year's results. So look, we won 50 games last year. If we win 47 games and we're a 5th seed and we get bumped in the first round, now could that have happened with Randle and Donte? Possibly. I doubt it. Because we got to see a little bit more of that than Towns is kind of the mystery guy. And then we don't know if Towns is going to be a 4 or 5 because Mitchell Robinson's not going to be there. And we don't have a 5. So, I don't know. I'm like, yes, I'm the optimistic Knicks fan. Salute to the optimistic Giant fan, by the way. That's a fire name. I'm borrowing his name but putting it on the Knicks side. I am an optimistic Knicks fan. I don't think that this trade makes us worse. I don't think that the trade makes us worse. I think that the 5 out, that's something that's going to be interesting. The fact that we could defend very well. And also, too, by the way, I don't think Towns is a bad defender. Like, I do think that Towns is a better defender than Randle. As you can see here, in his earlier years, he was giving you about 1.5 blocks a game. He kind of fell off of that because he kind of been more of a perimeter-centric type guy. But another thing I want to look at too, right? When you look at Basketball Reference, he was slotted as a center for most of his career. So, and when you look at his earlier days, he was better earlier. Of course, injuries and health may have something to do with that a little bit, right? Different circumstances, different roles. Playing with Ant-Man, you're not going to get the same amount of touches. But I think that he's capable of playing the 5. He averaged 9.4 rebounds before. That was just defensive rebounds. I meant to say he averaged about 12 rebounds before, 12.4 rebounds before, 12.3 rebounds before. See, that's what he was doing at the 5. The reason why Towns' numbers dip is because he's playing the 4 and he's on the perimeter. That's the only reason why his rebounds dip. So if you can have him play the 5 and keep him in the paint a little bit more, not to say that he's not going to shoot threes, but just mix him up a little bit. Mix him up. And I'm going to say this too. I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm going to jump the gun. I'm going to say this. I really do believe that there's an argument that can be made that this team is better with Towns from a depth chart perspective. Because, okay, I'm going to say if Mitchell Robinson's not on the floor, I might give this team with Towns the edge because you don't have a dynamic guy like Mitch in the middle. And I think Towns can be that. I think Towns can give you a little. I'm not saying he's going to be all NBA defense. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because you see the numbers here, he was giving you 1.7 blocks a game when he was playing big. This is when he was playing big. This is what he was giving you. When he started playing small, that's when you seen the blocks get to 1 and under. So him playing bigger, I think the numbers are going to look more better because he's going to be in a position to get more rebounds. Because remember, when you're playing power forward, you're going to be outside most of the time because you don't have too many Julius Randles every night. So I do believe that Towns playing the 5, if you put him up against the Randle with no 5, with Sims and those guys, I think Towns and them would have the edge. I think Towns has the edge. They traded from their weakness. They traded from their strength to build their weakness. From 1 to 4, the Knicks was solid. So you had to take from that to reinsure your 5. And Towns makes us better at the 5. Period. And the question is, too, what does Towns have left? He actually took his scoring up a point, right? Will he do that in New York? I don't know. Because we do have a guy by the name of Mikal Bridges, who I wouldn't be surprised if he became the second option on the team. Mikal has shown you that he can take some initiative in the offense, being an option, not the first option, but maybe being a second option will be better suited for Mikal. We've seen Mikal create his shot a little bit, especially in the mid-range. We know he can hit the open three-point shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Mikal took that. Let me see what you guys had in the chat. He said, Catwell, I can't get over that Cat will bring his dad to coach. That'd be crazy. Coach says, with a healthy Mitch, this allows you to always have a 7-footer on the floor. Facts. And yo, Coach, let me say this. With Towns floating at center, I think this is the best lineup. Mitch, Towns, right? With Precious coming in. And when Precious come in the game for Towns, right? Or when he comes in the game for Mitch, Towns slides to the 5. Then Mitch comes back in the game, right, for Towns. It's kind of like a 3-man rotation at the big spot, something you couldn't do with Randle. So I just think that 5 rotation, the 4-5 rotation is going to be even better. And possibly you'll see less OG and definitely Hart. I don't think Hart will play the 4 unless OG gets hurt. And Precious is not, something with Precious is going on. But Hart is not playing the 4 no more. I think you're going to see Hart probably even more at the 2. So, yeah. Let me see what you guys talking about. Knicks will be changed. You said no 9-11. We need Mitch to beat Philadelphia and Miami. Facts. Yeah, I don't like the Bam Embiid matchup for Cat. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it with him being the primary center. I think that those matchups are very difficult, and I think that you can get away with it because Bam is not really. Maybe Bam will start shooting the 3-ball more, but Bam doesn't really shoot the 3-ball like that. Bam does most of his damage on the inside, and he crashes. So you're going to need your best rebounder, which, Towns was a good rebounder too. We can't front like Towns wasn't averaging a double-double, right? We can't act like Towns wasn't putting up numbers that Randle wasn't putting up. We can't act like that. Like, we really can't act like that. And that's why I got the numbers over my head so you can see them. If there's any doubts, this brother was averaging 24, 10, and 4.5 assists. Right? This brother, and then, of course, the year he got hurt, he was averaging 26 and 10. But then he also had a year when he was averaging 24 and 12. Could you imagine if Towns can get back to 12 rebounds? I think his rebounds is going to go up because he's going to be playing more time at the 5. Now, he may not be the starting 5, but he doesn't have to because that's going to be Mitch's job when Mitch is there. But when Mitch is not there, Towns, you're going to have to man up. And that takes me to the next point. The greatest shooting big man of all time. I think you're going to have to come off that a little bit in New York. Because if you're not shooting well, and this is the Garden, you already know how we're going to get down. We're going to be booing the brother. Saponi. Salute to Saponi. If Saponi agrees with me, then I'm right. Yeah, Hart got to be in the guard rotation. Facts. Chuma did a good job against Embiid. Yeah, but we don't want Chuma to be the primary center. We would prefer Mitch to be there. And then that would be the 3 lineup, the 3 big guy lineup. And that 3 big guy lineup will free up time for Hart and Deuce. Because Hart and Deuce can get all the rest of them in. And then OG can also slide in at the 4 if you need him. Like, it all depends on how Precious is doing. If Precious is balling, then that makes us better. We don't get worse if Precious balls, So I like Towns. I'm coming around the Towns because I sat down. I said, "Yo, I gotta look at this trade from a positive mindset." Do I think Towns makes us better? I don't know, and I don't think we'll ever know because I can't get the 12 and 2 out of my head. But at the same time, does he make us worse? I don't think Towns makes us worse. I think Towns brings another element that we didn't have, which is more size at the 5 and versatility at the 5. With that 5 and out lineup, whenever they want to go small, which technically wouldn't even be that small, but it would be OG at the 4, which we see who he's comfortable being there. Because, most of these power forwards don't even play inside anyway. With Towns at the 5, OG at the 4, Bridges at the 3 with Hart. And Brunson, that might be their best lineup. That might be the closing lineup at times, depending on who they're going up against. Right? Because sometimes you're going to need Mitch on the floor. Like Embiid, you're going to need Mitch on the floor. Right? But on the flip side, Embiid can't guard Towns. I'm telling you that right now. With Towns spacing the floor like that. So even if we had to match up Towns and Embiid, think about it. Embiid don't want that smoke. I'm telling you. Yes, Embiid, he dropped 50 on one leg. We know on the offensive end, Embiid is a killer. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking on the defensive end because that's how Hartenstein was getting back at Embiid. Even though Embiid was giving Hartenstein the business, Hartenstein was killing them in the mid-post. Forget the three-point line. Embiid wasn't even stepping up in the mid-post. So It kind of goes both ways. And OG at the 4, like it. That doesn't look bad, right? That doesn't look bad, optic-wise. It makes 0 sense to trade Mitch now. Well, Knicks will be champs. Yeah, we're not going to trade Mitch. That's out the window. We're not going to trade Mitch. Let me just make sure if there's anything else with this Towns stuff I want to talk about. Oh, another thing, too, with Towns. There's been some complaints about Towns with the refs. He kind of gets a little mouthy with the refs. He's going to have to curb that in New York for sure. Talk about the beef. I think I hit this on the head. Now, guys, before I get to word on the street, I do want to do the Knick hat giveaway. So this is how we're going to do the Knick hat giveaway, y'all. If you want to be in the Knick hat giveaway, first off, you got to be subscribed, right? And I need you to put, and Maxine, are you there? I need Maxine in the building. Maxine has to be in the building. Maxine, let me know if you're there. I want you guys to put emoji hats because it's only in subscriber-only mode. So let's go. Maxine, listen. I need to see the emoji caps. Okay? And I need you to decide which one of my loyal subscribers will we gift the Knick hat to. Okay? And all you have to do is send me a DM on IG if you win. So Knick hat giveaway. By the way, let me see. Hold on. Do I got? Speaking of the Knick hat giveaway, let me show you guys some of the hats that I'm going to be giving away. Hold on. I can get it on the screen right now. Let me pull these hats up, man. Because you know I am a Lids affiliate. By the way, I also got some links to some discounted hats in the description. So you guys can check those out. Some fire Knicks hats. Because you know the season is upon us, right? And you want to get your swag on. Hold on, where I got the links at? Definitely hit the link. By the way, into my Discord people, I also will have a Discord contest too for the Discord people. I'll do that behind the scenes, and I'll post the winner in the community section, so we'll know who it is. Well, I can't find my Knicks hat. Okay, hold on, I got it right here. Let me copy this. So hold on, what's this? So I'm looking to buy a hat. Let me see if I got it on my list here. And Maxine, like I said, you on it. I need to see the emojis. Maxine, she's the one that's governing it. She's my partner in crime. So that's the classic black Knick hat right there. I got the link to that in the description. For those that don't like the flashy, because I'm a little, I like the flashy Knick hats. I ain't gonna front. So if you like the basic black, definitely the link to this is in the description as well. And then I got another one right here. So this is the pullover hoodie, which is fire too, by the way. Hold on. Let me hold on. The rocker snapback. Hold on. Put them emojis. Let's go. Now this is my my Maxine, what you call this? The Egyptian style hat because it's kind of like written. This is one of my favorite Knick hats, right? So I got that. I could offer. Let me see. Let's get them hat emojis up as we wind down. We giving away Knicks hats, and like I said, going forward, the Knick hat. Hold on, I just posted that one. Going forward, in order to be a part of the Knick hat giveaway, is going to be exclusively for my Discord and my members. And the only way to be in Discord is to be a member. So I got the pullover. What else I got? Is this the other snapback? Let me just double check this. I think this is the one I want to buy. No, not this. No. Here's my other snapback. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. Because it's not hyperlinked. Salute to all the emojis in the chat. This is the Knick hat giveaway, y'all. This is a thank you for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. This is the hat I'm copping right here. So I think this will be the hat I'll give away. Because I'm gonna buy this hat too. I still didn't buy this yet. So this hat right here is the hat I'm going to be giving away. If you do want to purchase a hat and you're looking for discounted hats, you can always send me an email, info@theobjectiveknicksfan.com, or if you're in the Discord, holler at me on Discord, and I'll get you a discount link. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Salute. So, Maxine, are you satisfied with the emojis? Get the like buttons up as well. Maxine, she's controlling this right now. Coach is creeping up. Okay. Salute the coach. Salute to everybody in the building, y'all. Hit the emojis. So Maxine's doing the official count. This is the hat I'm going to give away because this is the hat I want to buy. And I'm going to buy 2 of these. I'm going to buy one for you, and then the other I'm going to ship to me. So it takes how many days to get there? 3 business days? So, yeah, you'll get your hat within 3 business days. Like I said, send me a message on IG. If you're not on IG, you can hit me up on Twitter as well. TOF on fire. Let me see if I got it right here. Twitter.com. You hit me up on Twitter as well. To all the people that may not be on IG. Oh, I got to sign in. Hold on, let me just double check this. Maxine, do we have a winner? This is my Twitter, y'all. If they let me show it. Oh, they ain't gonna let me show it? I gotta sign in to show you my Twitter account? That's kind of weird. You gotta do a better job, X. But anyway, TOF on fire. I'll put it in the chat too so you guys can see it. TOF on fire, y'all. Send me a message if you won. Celtics suck. Ooh, he threw the Celtics suck in there. I don't know, Maxine. I might be biased, Maxine. Somebody threw in the Celtics sucks. I don't know. That might be enough to get it. Ooh, hey, Maxine. We might have a winner. Let me see if we're on the same page, Maxine. Let me see if we're on the same page. Salute to everybody in the chat right now. We doing a Knick hat giveaway. I'm giving away this hat right here. I don't know why Braves browser is killing me right now. Knicks haven't been to the Eastern Conference since 1974. No, that's not true. We went to the Eastern Conference Finals in 99. No, we went to the CV Good. We went to the finals in 99. Oh, hey, Maxine. Oh, Sam, my man Sam got it. Salute to Sam. Salute to Sam, y'all. So look, I'm gonna be doing these Knick hat giveaways once a month. Knicks hat giveaways. Like I said, the best way to get a part of it, because I'm gonna make this a Discord thing, but I'm doing this because you guys, you guys held me down. You guys believed in me when nobody didn't, and you guys helped me get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. So, Sam, I already know Sam. Sam, all you gotta do, hit me up on the Discord, because Sam is in the Discord too. So Sam, being that you won it on the YouTube, you can't win it in the Discord because I'm gonna give it to somebody else. Yeah, every month we doing the Liz. It's called the Liz Knick hat giveaway. We working with Lids, so I want to show some love and support to the community. But Sam, send me a message, all right? And I'll get the address because I'm already connected with Sam. So salute to Sam. I'm gonna jump back into the show. Check out the description. I got some links in there. And see what you like. I'm gonna do word on the street, and then I want to rap. But I do want to talk about Mitchell Robinson too. It's a lot of stuff to talk about on this pod. I try to keep the pod, kind of condensed, but it just be a lot to talk about, important stuff. And this is the only place where you're gonna get all this Knick news. Nobody else is talking about all this Knick news. Right, we might talk about current topics, hot topics, but when I go through the week, man, we cover a lot. Right, we cover a lot, and going forward, being that this is the last episode too of the off season, we're getting into preseason mode. Right, the podcast probably will be pre-recorded, but I might slip a couple of the live podcasts in there. But once the season starts, be on the lookout for the blog. I do want to blog, so that way the podcast. Literally, if you miss games, you busy working, this, that, and the third, this podcast is designed to catch you up. So you'll be able to know exactly what's going on. And then you hear my takes as well. And then if there's some new information, we always cover it. So that's the aim of the podcast. So 50 minutes on your way to work, if you have an hour-long commute, you already know everything that happened with the Knicks. You ain't miss a beat. So that's the purpose of this podcast. And yeah, it's the only show like it on the Knicks side of town. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start after that. So this is an old question. Did Mitchell Robinson's injury change your expectations for the season? Because remember, that news came out first earlier in the week. I'm going to say, honestly, I don't know. So 76% say Mitch is not affecting anything. No, 71% say Mitch is not affecting anything. 23% say, yes, I'm not as confident. I put, I don't know. And because Towns is there, this, of course, be letting us know we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. This is the trade announcement. Now that some time has passed, how do you feel about the Randles and Towns trade? Was it good? Was it a good deal for the Knicks? So I'm gonna see. So I'm gonna put yes. I'm gonna put yes. On the Saturday show, I still don't know, but I'm gonna put yes. So 417 votes, 56% say yes. It was a good deal for the Knicks. 24% say no. Now, I feel like the 24% that said no, they're probably Randle people, right? So more than likely, that's the 24%. And then 21% say, I still don't know. I'm kind of leaning to I still don't know, too, because the deal is not even done, y'all. We might wake up tomorrow and see some more craziness go on. So, and I didn't get to Mitchell Robinson. He closed on a new house, right? He was putting some interesting stuff up on social media. It'll be crazy, right? And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it'll be crazy if Mitchell Robinson gets traded and he was talking all this stuff that he was talking today. Yo, stranger things have happened, right? Stranger things have happened. So let's see. What else I'm going to talk about? All right. So this was a question I asked. So the deal has not been finalized. What are your thoughts on the trade? Do you think that Towns could be the missing piece in the quest for a title, right? So this was earlier. I believe this was earlier this morning. Okay, cool. So 142 votes, right? I'm going to say, man, I don't know. Yes, he puts us over the top 60%. So a lot of you guys are optimistic that Towns puts us over the top. 24% say we still need another piece. I can see that. And I'm going to say, I'm with the 15% that say, man, I just don't know. And of course, RIP to Dikembe Mutombo. That's all for word on the street. Real quickly, let me see if Mitchell Robinson. I guess we'll wrap on Mitch. He posted this photo right here. And Nick Muse. Salute to Nick Muse, by the way. Nick Muse is a good Twitter account to follow on there. Because he when they were going at Randle, he was doing a good job posting facts and stats. And so, now he says he doesn't like this post for Mitch. I don't like it either. I feel like Mitch is like, he's a little erratic, And honestly, looking at this picture, right? Looking at this picture, did you really think Mitch would be the last one left? I don't know. It's just, it's kind of ironic. RJ gone, Randle gone. Well, the rest of those guys, for the most part, yeah, get them. I mean, yeah. But Randle and RJ and Quickly, who would have thought that he would have been the last one left? Salute to Maxine. Give us 50 minutes. Give us the Knicks. And that's all, guys. Great show. Thank you for you rocking to the end. I want to give a big salute to Sam, the man, for winning the contest. I want to give a big salute. The Knicks will be champs. Definitely salute to that brother right there. He has the best Knick YouTube name on the YouTube streets, which is Knicks will be 25 and 26 champs. Salute to Knicks 100. He was rocking with me from the beginning of this episode. Salute to Knicks 100 indeed. Salute to Maxine, of course, the boss of all bosses. Salute to Sam again. Salute to Saponi. Oh, wow, Saponi, you go back to the Garden Game 6 in 99. Salute to you, Saponi. And also salute to you, Saponi, for giving me the correct information, too. I appreciate that. Sometimes when we on the mic, we slip up. Salute to CV Good. Salute to Optimistic Giants fan. I had to borrow your name today. I am the Optimistic Knicks fan. And of course, salute the coach, Discord family in the building. And salute to everybody else that tuned in. This is This Week Inside the New York Knicks. We will be back here this Wednesday. Level-headed Knicks talk. Don't got a topic, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a good one. I'll let you know what the topic is beforehand. By the way, join the channel memberships. We got it popping. Salute to J-Tap. J-Tap, one of the first channel members on the channel. Definitely salute to everybody in the Discord. And join the membership. I will be unveiling a lot more things. Some of the things, matter of fact, since we're here, some of the things you'll get in the membership if you join is you'll get, of course, the loyalty badges, letting everybody know that you're down with the objective, Knicks Fan Nation. Member-only live chats. That's going to be coming, but not right now. Priority reply to comments. So I get a lot of comments now. So if you're a member, guaranteed response, photos and status updates exclusive to members. Definitely shout outs. And of course, discounted merchandise. By the way, Maxine, I hope you're listening. By the next pod, we got to have some discount merch. So this is the starter package, just $4.99 a month to be a starter. Hardcore Knicks fans, there's going to be even more exclusive content. Like when we do our live betting shows, that's going to be one of the member-only videos. I'm waiting for the season to start. Once the season starts, give me a week or two, and we're going to be in full effect because I need to see exactly how guys are playing. Like people like to bet from day one. It's kind of hard to like have success doing that. So we're going to take our time. We're going to get there. Of course, you'll be able to connect with me on social media. I connected with J-Tap on mostly all the other platforms. So definitely, if you want to get connected with me on more platforms, of course, and member-only live streams, of course, and then also more member content as well. Trust me, I'm going to be building some new stuff to the channel. Maxine knows some of the ideas. So get into the membership now. Help support the channel. Of course, everything I get, financially from this channel, I use to invest in the channel. And we're going to be taking things to a whole nother level. More show concepts, more shows, more live, more everything, right? Also, I'm adding to this. It's not there yet, but you'll also get access to an exclusive Discord server, which my guys who are in there, they're going to be in there. But in order to gain access, you're going to have to become a member going forward. So salute to everybody, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, let's go Knicks.